If you vote in St. Louis County, you're going to see 3 big questions on your ballot, adding to that long list and perhaps to your wait time. Let's dig into what some of those questions mean and how they might impact your life. Joining us now is North County Councilwoman Rita Heard Days. It's good to have you with us.
Thank you so much. Glad to be here, Mike.
The county executive's power is on the ballot this year. It looks like there's a number of things the county council, you and your colleagues, want to see changed. One of them is you want your own lawyer, separate and apart from the lawyer that advises Sam Page. Why?
Well, I think that that goes to the independence of our governments. We know that there are 3 forms of government, and we are one, and they are equal. And so I liken that to the fact that if Speaker Johnson would not utilize the lawyers that President Biden would use, and I look at what we're trying to do is the same thing.
I guess you're Speaker Johnson in this analogy.
Speaker Johnson. But in this analogy, I think that that's appropriate, and we need some independence when it comes to our attorneys and the opinions that we get from them.
Is that how wide the disagreements are between the county council and the executive?
It can be, yes, it can be, which probably goes into another one of the propositions that's on the ballot in terms of the start date. When we came on, there's a discrepancy in the starting date and holding council members over to vote for leadership. So we know that in any other form of government, those who have been elected will be the ones who will decide on leadership.
You don't want a lame duck making a decisive choice.
That is correct, and we did have that at one point, yes.
Now, do you find it difficult in a campaign to persuade voters why they should care about a start date or one more lawyer in the bureaucracy?
Really, that's why we're doing this, because they don't. They really don't know the intricacies of how this particular government works. And I think it's up to us to explain those kinds of things to them and why they are important.
Do you feel the county council, do you feel your role has been hobbled in some way by the current structure?
In many ways, yes, because we depend on the county executives, people to tell us and to govern us in terms of our legal opportunities there. And at some points, there have been contentious debates on that and their authority versus ours.
If I'm a voter in the city, in the county, and full disclosure, I vote in the city. I live in the city of St. Louis. But if I was a voter in the county, what's in it for me? Why would I vote on this thing? It seems like it changes your job, but why does it change me at all?
Well, it's good governance, number 1. It creates an independence, number 2, and it allows us to do what we need to do for our constituents. So our constituents don't need to be hobbled by decisions that will be made, perhaps for political reasons. And so I think that independence is very, very needed.
Have you seen that in the executive?
Yes.
Political
yes.
decision making?
Yes.
What's an example of that?
Well, the example was when I came on board. The second year I wanted to be the chair. I ran for the chair, and the county executive held over a member to vote against me to keep me from being the chair. We had to go to court. We had to spend taxpayers' money. That's why they ought to be concerned about this.
And then there was a conflict because you had the same lawyer representing both sides.
That is correct. We had to go outside to get a lawyer, though. We had to go outside so that we can have an independent decision on that.
We talked about 2 of these propositions. There's Proposition A, C, and O. One would grant each of you members on the county council a chance to appoint someone to the Port Authority. Right now, the executive makes those appointments. Who cares?
That is correct. That is correct, because I may have something in my district that I need the Port Authority to fund, and if I don't have any representation on that board, that may not happen. So I think we have 7 members. Each one of us will have an opportunity to appoint someone, and then we each have an opportunity to assess that money.
I don't know that when voters elected Sam Page, they did so because of his ability to pick a Port Authority member, but what would you say to any of those voters who might feel like they're getting a weaker Sam Page than the one they voted for? If your propositions go through, you're tying his hands a little bit.
Well, I think that represents an equal sphere of the government. The executive has no more power than the judicial as well as the legislative branch. That's Civics 101. Each one of the branches of government is equal and have the same importance. And that's why this is important.
This election coming up has the St. Louis County prosecutor on the ballot, very likely to win a seat in Congress. What concerns do you have about the transition in that office?
Well, the county executive will make a recommendation to the county council, and it will be up to us to look at the resumes of all those who are interested and pick the best person that we think will carry on that duty.
And what are the attributes you find most important in that job?
I think being open and honest about how the department works, how the prosecuting attorney works, what kinds of things that they need to be doing in the community. It's a law enforcement arm, if you will, and I think that our citizens need to be comfortable with the kind of person that we will put in that position.
Are there things you think that a new prosecutor could build upon or improve upon from the work that Wesley Bell had done?
Well, I think the diversion program is one of those that he started, and I think that's important. We have, certainly we have the drug courts, and that is important, and I've attended all of their, just about all of their graduations. It's really important, and I would hope that that person would continue on with those activities.
How excited or depressed is the turnout in North County around the campaign of Kamala Harris?
I think the turnout is going to be fantastic for her. I do see that in any election just about in St. Louis County, you have to carry North County, and we are a deciding factor in most of those elections, and I think this will be the same.
What is it about her that you think inspires voters one way or the other?
I think a breath of fresh air, number one. I think she is a woman. I think she is a prosecutor who has done an extensive job in the state of California. She's a wonderful senator, and she's also a sorority sister of mine, which makes it even more important that she gets this position.
You're an AKA.
I certainly am.
We should have put that in your introduction. I had no idea.
That's okay. We got it in now.
We got it in now.
We got it in
It's
now.
not how you start, it's how you finish.
That's how I finish.
Councilwoman Rita Heard Days, thank you for joining us.
Thank you so much, Mike. Appreciate the opportunity.
All right, thanks. We're back in a moment.